Welcome everybody to this Company Fuse 3 livecast. Why is there a livecast today? So, I am waiting for a nice and sturdy balance patch for Company Fuse 3, as all of us do. And as soon as there is a proper balance patch, I think I'll do some comprehensive how to play these or that fraction videos. But until then, I thought maybe it's more interesting for most of you to see just how I play and what I am thinking during the plays I am playing. So first thing is, hi, good luck, have fun, of course. Yeah, and then as you can see I go for some engineers. Business as usual. Not for most US Forces player, but for me, because I really like to have some engineers early on to get some green cover and stuff like that. Next, usually I would like to go for the Bullies Jeep, however, on this map, indeed I prefer some additional rifleman squad, or some rifleman squads first. Right now. Now the question is, why didn't I go for this point here first with the scout squad? Because that's the 10-time ammunition point. And the answer to that is I like to use my rifleman squad, my first rifleman squad for this. Because usually most of the people are not having too much firepower over there when they do the initial capping. I think riflemen are a good thing. Ooh, what's that? Big leg? Aha, alright, there we go. Okay, yeah, so as I said, most people are not bringing up too much firepower over here to the initial capping, thus I think the riflemen should have a pretty good time early on. And of course I'm going for an additional rifleman squad. And with the second rifleman squad, as well as the engineer, if everything is working out correctly, the center of the map, I'd like to push towards the south. Ooh, wow, these legs are insane. Oh, that's not the point. Okay, this was maybe not the very best engagement. I want to get this point. Naturally, these guys would lose against Grens. Oh, okay, so maybe no, but I thought initially they took a lot of damage, so I thought, oh, maybe that could be a rough engagement for me, but it turned out to be not too bad. Nice. Alright, so unfortunately now all my units were not just maximum one screen length away from each other, so they weren't able to help each other out. Oh, interesting, am I saying why and they're not leaving this building? What's going on? Huh. Let's try to sneak into the church. Most likely that won't work, but that's fine. Alright, so a third rifleman squad on the way. Getting into the church, that's nice. Alright, so I just would like to point out, I did the first mistakes already, my enemy did as well, but my mistakes at the moment are way easier to analyze for me. So that was what I wanted to point out earlier. I didn't pay too much attention to always just have one screen length of distance between my troops. Thus I think my engagements were not too good actually. Let's touch this grenade real quick. Nice. Oh, still over here with this slow. It won't die, alright. It's fine. Alright, so at this very moment, maybe it would be a good idea to board this cap over here and help out the MG. The rifleman squad against the MG, of course. Let's see. So at the same time, I think I'm more or less fine in the center of the map now. The question now is whether to go for... Yeah, maybe... Oh no, the lack of death again. To visit this church. Oh nice, this Kettenkrater, that's awesome. But it's invincible for some reason. Wow. Is it really coming away? Oof. Ooh, okay. That was quite some luck. Alright, so back to the topic. Now, I've several options. I certainly need something to deal with these MGs. Like to save some manpower here. So now I have two options. I could go for the air support center, of course, just to make use of the training run. And that is certainly enough to deal with the MGs. However, it is very few intensive, and on this map I always like to go for some bars, more or less early on, because if Wehrmacht players, for instance, are going for MP40 grins, and usually you have a bad time, without having the bars, of course. So if you have access to bars, then everything is fine. Thus, I think I won't go for the air support center, but rather for, well, maybe a mortar instead. Then maybe for the infantry support center, since I also intend to go for bars. For bars. So infantry support is a good idea. So let's go for the infantry support. Now, one might wonder when to go for the armored battle group. For instance, the armored battle group, I think, yes, more or less always a good idea, especially on this map, if you go for the assault engineers, of course. I won't go for these guys this time, because I mean, they're incredibly strong on this map, obviously, but I just like the riflemen a little bit more. Mortar! I also should care for the mortars soon. Enemy is already having mortars, that is, what? Interesting. That's a little bit spicy to micro my units with this input lag. Let's just stay here. Right, and I think I will go for logistics first. Right, now in between, I would like to point out, never forget to assign teams to your units. For instance, my mortar is now team 1. And don't forget to plant mines as well. It's also very important. Oh nice, he also planted some mines over here. That's great. This engagement with the mortar was a little bit messed up. Well, that's fine. Alright, too few left for bars. Okay, that was very bad, I admit. They planted a mine over there? No, I think that was just small arms fire, right? That killed the Kettenkrad. I don't even care, because I'm just happy that it just died. Alright. So we already have the advanced logistics. Now my troops are a little bit cheaper to reinforce. Alright, now I could really make good use of the mortar. I didn't notice this MG unless I engaged over here with my captain. That's good. Now they're a little bit delayed. They can, or snared, and they can deal some damage. Awesome damage. Engineers against Panzer Grenadiers. Couldn't be any better. One model drop, that's fine. That's enough. We don't need more. So, usually if you are facing enemy units, and you're sure that you won't win this engagement, you instantly retreat. Just soft retreat in case of there are fewer units nearby that can or could help out for an engagement. But if that's not the case, then you should do it. Alright, that was an awesome mortar hit. That's an Achterrad. Alright, since I didn't tech so far, I will now go for the airborne battle group. And with this situation now we also see why it's so important to not always insta-pick a battle group. Because now I can call in an anti-tank gunner that is very handy for this situation. Because otherwise this Achtrad would certainly suffer some severe manpower bleed. Ah, I thought I could maybe dodge the MG fire and the MG and the grenade at the same time. I wasn't able to do so, but that's fine. Need these engineers to scout real quick because my scouts are not away. Wait a second, these are not my scouts. Oh, I let them die. Okay, never mind. Okay, no mother drops. Awesome, let's heal up a little bit. So I actually forgot where the MG is located. Most likely he moved it anywhere already, so... but it's most likely still inside of this building, right? Let's see. Good thing is, I am having the map control. Not my enemy. Or opponent, of course. Yes, now we can use them to scout the map a little bit. That is unintentionally very handy now. Alright, so I don't know whether the MG was still inside of this building. I didn't pay attention, since my micro is a little bit bad at the moment, but that is fine, because it is not pinning any of my units at this very moment, so nothing to care for actually.
Resources cut off. We have territory isolated.
Let's go for the smoke ability. This is for free. I usually should go for that earlier. Maybe also for supply drop, because I could imagine that you'll need some additional ammunition sooner or later in this game, in this match. Oh no, misclick. Mortars are firing at these riflemen. Alright. Now the question is what to go for next. We have a mortar, we have an anti-tank gun. Could build an MG. Oh, MG is a good idea, even though he already built a mortar. But I think still a good unit to have. I think I should use the MG in the center of the map at the moment because of the mortar. But my initial engagement will be in the center of the map, because now we already see it, but it was most likely that he will engage over here next to get back his 10 times fuel point. Ooh, he's not dodging the nade. Maybe he's also having these legs. Ooh, look at that. Oh boy, I think that's a wipe. I don't know whether the command already... Yeah, it's dead. A dead squad due to a leg. Yeah, these things happen from time to time. So after this match, I think I restart my computer. Not the very best timing to start an engagement. I admit that. Did I drop this bar but I can't pick it up again? Feels like that. I can pick it up with these guys. Okay, that's great. I mean, it's great, that's fair. They are still focusing my anti-tank gun. Let's make use of the shield a little bit. Don't know whether that even works out for garrison units, but could be. Alright, MG still is in the center of the map, but sooner or later I should really try to reposition a little bit. They are snapped or pinned. Let's try to make use of a snap grenade. He's not dodging. I don't actually see why. And by the way, I think I reinforce my anti-tank gun real quick. Okay, they can soft retreat a little bit, that is fine. Just 2 model drops. That is awesome. Unfortunately, we can't plant mines in rivers. Alright, now this is a mistake I often do. Forget to reposition overextended support weapons like mortars or anti-tank guns, MGs. No, maybe that doesn't apply for MGs too much, but no, okay, it's a waste. Speaking about overextends. Yep, he's already throwing the grenade. Can I dodge? No, not quite. And then Bootleg is a little bit killing this game. But I think not just for me, but maybe also for my opponent here. I think he's not having the very best time. So am I. However, fortunately, he's having some severe issues with the victory points, but I have to say that is usually the case when I'm playing against the Wehrmacht. Wehrmacht sometimes is struggling against my US Force early game, but when it comes to the late game, usually I struggle quite a lot. Oh no, and the input lag is killing his Panzer Grenadier squad, and this time I am lucky, but he is not. Awesome. Okay, that is fair, because now I think that was the reverse for my previous squad wipe. It was also caused by an input lag. These Panzer Grenadiers, they are very, very strong. Certainly overperform a little bit, but I think MGs and mines and snipers are a good way to deal with them. Even though, unlike in Company Furious 2, for instance, I don't know whether you guys remember, but there the Panzer Grenadiers also were strong in the late game. Once wetted, they were strong. Before they wetted up, they were really shitty, but that was due to the fact that they just consist of 4 models instead of 5. And this is the reason why snipers were even more effective against Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, this guy needs to retreat. Oh, that's good. Let's go for a Sherman next.
Commander, you have 5 command points available.
Let's not enter the church. Mortar could try to position over there. Some defensive mines, never forget that. Oh, now I can reinforce or heal up my anti-tank gun again. Okay, that's great. Once pinned, they are not as scary anymore. Yeah, okay, so I don't know whether I brought the message across back then, but what I wanted to say earlier several times was that you always should try to just spread your army for a maximum of 1 screen length. That's very important because especially in the early game, with the early engagements, you really need to make sure that if you face an enemy unit, your units or your units are able to help each other out in a matter of few seconds, maybe. So you always should, not always, but you sometimes should be able to perform a soft retreat and let some of your units catch up and help out threatened units. That was not you too. And that of course also applies for the late game. So that's making most of your engagements way more efficiently. It's very important. For instance, in this match we saw several times that the enemy or the opponent was engaging with a single Panzer Grenadier squad, and he was engaging into several of my squads, so he was intentionally losing lots of his Panzer Grenadier engagements. And I think that is something we could learn out of this match. So try to always keep your army a little bit together. That doesn't mean to blob. You are allowed to blob, of course, or you should blob, especially in the early game, when you face a sniper or light early vehicles, stuff like that, because then if you form a nice and big blob and just push the sniper away, for instance, then it would soft or hard retreat more than it's taking out your models, which is lowering the efficiency. And despite from that, you should try to always keep your army a little bit, yeah, as I said, maximum 1 screen length away from each other, or of distance between each squad. And yeah, don't form blobs, but keep your army a little bit together, so that you can actually efficiently win engagements. Alright, Dunskull, GG, well played, nice match. And if you see that, thanks for the game. See you guys!